Ed Badia, 22 Birch Road Use. I want to expound on what Harry brought up about the police contract. First of all, I'm not for defunding anybody as far as the police goes, because if you do that, you're going to have the Wild West. And I guess there is some discrepancy in what the term defunding means. My issue is, why aren't we negotiating contracts anymore? Especially contracts to the tune of $25 to $30 million over a 5-year period. I called Don about this, and Don said, I didn't know we could negotiate that contract. Correct, Don?
No, that's not what I said.
You're lying.
Okay.
I don't make things up.
Okay. Well,
I asked you on the phone,
maybe like
you said I didn't know we didn't negotiate the contract. I'll have to re-listen to the tape. I don't forget things like that. That is what you told me, Don.
You were referring to a comment.
I'm talking on your mic. I can't hear what you're saying.
Can you please?
You were referring to a comment a board member made, and I told you I couldn't tell you whether or not that board member made that comment or not.
I said, why didn't we negotiate a contract? And I also told you that Eric had given you a name of a negotiating attorney, and it wasn't utilized. Why wasn't it?
That's not my decision, sir.
Whose decision is it?
It's the elected official's decision.
Talk on the microphone.
He wanted $30,000 to negotiate.
Oh, okay, so we're talking about a $25 to $30 million contract. What is $30,000?
Where did you get that number from? Just so we can.
Yeah, you're a little high.
Yeah,
Where did we get that number from?
25 million.
So what do we pay the police per year starting the new contract?
Let's estimate that, let's say, for example, and we'll play this out. Let's say, for example, that the payroll for the police department is $2 million a year. It's not, it's actually much less, it's $1.6 million. So let's say the 3.5%.
All the benefits and everything like that?
No, this is payroll alone. Let's say the 3.5, because we're talking just about payroll numbers, that's all the increase addressed in the contract. Percentage of pay increase, 3.5%. At $2 million, that's $70,000 a year. Not taking in full compound.
What?
$70,000, $70,000 a year. Not taking in for compounding over a 5-year period.
For what?
An increase.
You asked about the increase. You said it was $25 million.
No, I'm talking about total payroll over a 5-year period.
Yes, sir. 1.6 million. But for my example, I used 2 million. A 3.5% increase. Let me know. You gave me the floor. A 3.5% increase would be $70,000 a year. Without taking in compounding, 5 years of that, that's $350,000, sir. That's not nowhere near $25 million.
First of all, you have, well, but here's the point. You have to take into effect the compounding, first of all, because it's big. It's at least 20% over 5 years.
No, the compounding does not make that difference. But
20% over 5 years. Okay, now, I know you probably worked it out. I'm working it out too. It's over 20% over 5 years, is what it is. But my issue is, why aren't we negotiating contracts like this?
Because we did negotiate some.
No, you didn't.
We did, Mr. Reed.
We were all aware of what it was.
Mr.
We all signed the contract, except Eric.
Ron.
I sat there and listened to this man on the
Mr.
tape.
Badia, please stop for 1 second.
Excuse me?
There was negotiation in that they sent the police bargaining unit, sent us what they requested. A majority of it were requesting. A majority of this board was comfortable with what their request was. In fact, thought it was fair. So I'm not sure what it is, whether you were hoping for less or whether you were hoping they would get more, which based on what you're saying, I'm thinking less. But Mr. Badia, Mr. Badia, we did have discussions with a majority of this board.
Majority's not good though. You gotta talk to everybody here. I sat there on the tape and listened to this gentleman right here ask to hold this off because you did it in July, correct? Is that when this is done? In July? I tried to find it on the minutes. I couldn't see it. So whether it was taken off, but I just looked at it while I was sitting here tonight and didn't see anything about the police negotiations. Was it done in July? Do we know what month this was done?
It was all signed, all except Eric wouldn't sign it.
What month was this?
Mr. Badia,
You didn't sign it.
we negotiated. Every single board board member was
You asked me
privy
to
to.
sign it before the meeting happened. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
You passed that around and you asked me to sign that agreement before we even voted on it.
And it was signed by four.
What's that, a pressure tactic? You trying to bully me into signing it?
There you go. So don't talk about the board because this gentleman's board was left out. Now, let me read you something from the Sunshine Act. The Sunshine Act gives the public the right to comment on issues that are or may be before the board. Agencies must provide a reasonable opportunity for the residents and/or taxpayers to comment on an issue before a decision takes place.
Mr. Badia, that does not include contract negotiations.
So what you guys did was violate the Sunshine Act.
No, we did not. No, we did not.
Yes,
It
you did.
does
It's
not.
right here.
Mr. Badia.
It's right here.
It does not, that does not
I
pertain
just read from
to
the Sunshine
contract.
Act right here.
Okay,
You violated.
let's just clarify that bargaining negotiations are excluded from that process. The final.
I can't hear you with this 10-cent microphone they got here.
Bargaining negotiations are excluded from the public part. The final decision needs to be voted upon, which it was. There was a vote on the
Was,
final contract.
was the public given a right to be here? According to the Sunshine Act?
It was at a public meeting,
It was
right?
advertised and in a public meeting.
This gentleman asked to hold off because the contract's
Mr.
not.
Badia, if Mr. Savavic has something he wants to say to this board, then we're happy to hear him. If you have something that you want to say, we're happy to hear what you have to say, but please stop.
On YouTube.
He observed this on his own.
I heard this on my own on YouTube, and that's what I'm repeating. He asked that this be held off so the public be here.
Mr. Badia,
You denied that, so I'm going to let you know tonight, I'm going to file a formal complaint with the ethics board
please do.
for what you basically
Thank you.
did, and we'll settle this that way.
That's
You don't do things like, and then to boot, somebody asked about the road workers contract. Well, we can't vote on that because we have to negotiate that one. Let's see how that works out for the road workers.
That's not what we said. We haven't gotten there.
You need to go listen to the tape again. And you did say 3.5 or 5 years. Listen to the tape.
I know, that's fine. All right.
These people.
Are there any other public comments this evening? This meeting is closed.
They discussed in the executive session.